CTV reporter grilled by Danielle Smith, CBC panel blasts Carney's controversial bill. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith recently made waves during an intense interview with CTV's Vasi Capellos. The exchange was marked by Smith's sharp responses and unwavering stance on crucial issues surrounding carbon pricing, energy policies, and pipeline development. As she articulated her points, her calm yet assertive demeanor resonated with viewers, cementing her position in the public eye. This interview has sparked a significant conversation about Alberta's energy strategy and the broader implications for Canada's economic future. One of the key moments came when Capellos pressed Smith on Alberta's decision to freeze its carbon price at $95 per ton, which is notably higher than Quebec's rate. Smith's response was straightforward. If carbon taxes become unmanageable for investors, they will simply take their capital elsewhere. This argument struck a chord with many Canadians who are concerned about the stability and future of the energy sector. Smith's emphasis on economic viability highlighted the delicate balance between environmental policies and economic growth, a conversation that is increasingly relevant in today's political climate. In a further exchange, Capello suggested that Alberta's carbon tax revenue should be allocated primarily for infrastructure and hospitals instead of benefiting oil companies. Smith countered with a compelling point: 100% of zero is zero. This succinct statement underscored her argument that halting production would lead to a complete loss of revenue, leaving nothing to support public services. Her unwavering stance on the necessity of oil production for funding infrastructure resonated with many viewers, reinforcing her argument in defense of Alberta's energy sector. Smith did not shy away from addressing the significant consequences of delayed pipeline projects. She cited major initiatives such as Keystone, Gateway, Northern Gateway, and Energy East, collectively representing over $55 billion in lost revenue. These funds, she argued, could have been directed toward building essential infrastructure like hospitals, roads, and schools. Her message was clear. Without timely infrastructure development, Canada's economy could remain stagnant, and the citizens would ultimately bear the brunt of these delays. Recent statistics lend weight to Smith's concerns, revealing a 4.3% increase in oil output for 2024 compared to 2023. Yet, she pointed out that without the necessary pipeline expansions, this growth in production would be rendered ineffective. The reality is that increased output, without the infrastructure to transport it, simply leads to wasted potential and lost opportunities for economic advancement. This grim perspective on the energy sector underscores the urgency of addressing pipeline delays and their ramifications for the economy. As the interview unfolded, the focus shifted to the controversial Bill C-2, championed by Prime Minister Mark Carney. CBC's panel voiced their criticisms, labeling the bill as draconian. One analyst highlighted a troubling clause that would permit internet service providers to share subscriber data with the government without court oversight. This aspect of the bill raised alarm bells regarding silent surveillance and a lack of accountability, drawing serious concerns from commentators who warned about the implications for civil liberties in Canada. This issue of privacy is not merely an ideological debate, it's a pressing concern for many Canadians. The potential for warrantless surveillance under Bill C-2, justified by vague language, poses a significant threat to established privacy protections. The CBC commentators articulated a fear that personal data could be handed over to the government without proper checks and balances, further eroding citizens' rights in the name of security. The public's response to this invasion of privacy is critical, as many are now more aware of the implications of such legislation. Mark Carney finds himself under scrutiny as he navigates the political landscape as both the Liberal leader and Prime Minister. He has presented Bill C-2 as essential for modernizing border security, yet critics argue it may function as a Trojan horse. The legislation, they claim, is rushed through Parliament without sufficient public debate or transparency, raising red flags about the government's intentions and priorities. This situation has intensified calls for greater accountability from those in power, as citizens demand a clearer understanding of how their rights and freedoms are being safeguarded. Political momentum appears to be shifting, with recent polling data from Abacus Data indicating that the Liberals hold a slim lead at 42%, while the Conservatives trail closely at 39%. This close race signals the potential for another minority government, prompting Carney to tread cautiously as he manages the fallout from his administration's controversial policies. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is poised to capitalize on the Liberal missteps, framing himself as the voice of reason amid a turbulent political landscape. Poilievre's strategy is straightforward: allow the government's handling of both carbon pricing and Bill C-2 to alienate voters. By focusing on economic realities and civil liberties, he seeks to position himself as a pragmatic alternative to the current administration. The challenge for Poilievre will be to articulate a clear vision that resonates with Canadians who are increasingly concerned about the state of their economy and their privacy. The broader implications of these political clashes extend beyond party lines. With Canada facing some of the lowest economic growth rates in the OECD, many Albertans, including Smith, perceive barriers like energy export infrastructure and cost of living issues as immediate threats to their livelihoods. Each stalled pipeline project translates into tangible consequences: hospitals not built, roads left unpaved, and families feeling the pinch of economic stagnation. The stakes are high, and the urgency for action is palpable. As the media firestorm continues, it is evident that Canadians are demanding transparency and accountability from their leaders. Whether it pertains to provincial energy policies or federal legislation, citizens are seeking clear answers regarding how their tax dollars are spent and who has access to their personal data. The recent televised exchange between Smith and Capellos, along with the CBC panel's critique of Bill C-2, highlights the critical importance of these discussions. In this pivotal moment, Canadians are faced with fundamental questions about governance, oversight, and the future direction of the country. Will Carney respond to the growing calls for openness and adapt his policies accordingly? Or will he double down on contentious legislation that risks further alienating voters? Additionally, will Poilievre seize this opportunity to reset national priorities and align his party's message with the concerns of everyday Canadians? Now more than ever, your voice matters in this ongoing debate. Do you support the pipeline's first argument that emphasizes economic growth through energy production? Are you concerned about the implications of privacy under Bill C-2? Regardless of your stance, it's crucial to engage in this conversation thoughtfully and respectfully. After all, this isn't just a headline. It's about the future of our country and the principles that guide our democracy. Let's discuss these pressing issues and work towards a better understanding of the path forward.